What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Today I'm going to be covering Kaspa as it still looks about ready to explode. Make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. No.
So if you guys have watched my content in the past, you know I was talking about Kaspa down here at 1.5 cents, and we had it drawn in a massive falling wedge. And this is Kaspa now currently trading at just under 14 cents, and at its peak it reached 15.5 cents. And had you guys simply bought into Kaspa and held the entire time, you could be up 862% in 5 months. And if you compare that to the stock market, the average return is 10% in a year. That would mean we made in 5 months what the stock market makes in 86 years, which are pretty incredible gains. And if you enjoy making gains in the crypto market, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. But anyways, I'll go deeper into the chart at the end of the video. So according to CoinMarketCap, Kaspa is currently trading at just over 14 cents. Its market cap has officially gotten back above 3 billion, which ranks 26th among all cryptocurrencies. And this is honestly one of the most impressive things about Kaspa. You have to understand, Kaspa was born during a bear market. They've never actually experienced a bull run, and yet they're the 26th largest cryptocurrency. And Kaspa's circulating supply is 21.8 billion out of a max supply of 28.7 billion, which is just under 76% in circulation. And then if you're looking to buy Kaspa, I recommend using KuCoin or MEXC. I think those are the two easiest centralized exchanges to use. But what I would like to point out about Kaspa is that you will notice they are not yet listed on Binance, Coinbase, or a lot of other major centralized exchanges. And again, they are still the 26th largest cryptocurrency. Imagine what will happen once they get listed on much bigger centralized exchanges. Price action still has a lot of room to explode. Now, just as I've done on my last couple Kaspa videos, I'm going to give a brief overview because we're going to have a lot of new viewers. That always happens as a project is reaching new all-time highs. So Kaspa is a proof-of-work cryptocurrency which implements the GhostDAG protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, GhostDAG does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. The Kaspa blockchain is actually a block DAG. Now, what's important is that Kaspa runs on proof-of-work. So most layer 1 projects these days run on the proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, where a validator's probability to confirm the next block is directly correlated to how many tokens they have staked, usually making those projects a lot more centralized. Proof of work, on the other hand, has always been thought to be more decentralized. Take Bitcoin, for example. It runs on proof of work. But the issue is nobody thought you could scale proof of work. However, due to Kaspa implementing the GhostDAG protocol, supposedly they have found a way to actually scale, which in turn could make them the first ever project to solve the blockchain trilemma of scalability, decentralization, and security, which could revolutionize the crypto space. In addition, their founder is Jonathan Sompolinsky, who is a postdoc CS at Harvard University on the MEV research team. And his 2013 paper on the Ghost protocol is cited in Ethereum's white paper, the second largest cryptocurrency, which will naturally give Kaspa a certain credibility that most projects do not have. Now, if you guys are new to Kaspa and cryptocurrency in general, a lot of that stuff probably doesn't make sense. But what you need to understand is that Kaspa is a super unique, innovative project, which is a big reason they have garnered so much hype during the bear market. But now we'll go ahead and hop into some Kaspa news. So I'll first go over what they posted 20 hours ago. Exciting news. Over 500 students across 8 ISEG official campuses will dive into the world of AI, data, and Web3 in the Iron Web competition. So each student will explore and use Kaspa technology for their project's payment system, a groundbreaking step in real-world crypto application and student innovation. So this is obviously really bullish to see. Kaspa is getting their name out there, plus people are actually testing out their technology. And now what they posted on December 1st, Kaspa is now listed on Exchange.io, swapped 700 plus other assets without limits on Exchange.io. So it seems like at this point, every single Kaspa video, there is pretty much a new listing. In case you didn't watch my last video, they posted on November 29th. The Kaspa USDT pair is now listed on BitTrue. So back-to-back listings. But what I would like to point out, as I said at the beginning, Kaspa is still not listed on Binance or Coinbase, the two largest centralized exchanges. So if we eventually get that news, that could be extremely bullish. But now we'll go over some macro news that could affect Kaspa's price action, even though it's not directly correlated to Kaspa. So this is Watcher Guru's Twitter, and they just posted 19 hours ago. Bloomberg says this is the start of a fresh crypto cycle that will push Bitcoin to over $500,000. Now, personally, I am extremely bullish on Bitcoin, and I don't even know if it will go to 500,000, at least in this bull run. But obviously, this is Bloomberg saying this, who knows significantly more than I do. So obviously, when you have extremely bullish news like this getting pushed out, that could be very bullish for crypto in general. general. And then El Salvador's president says the country's Bitcoin investment is at $3.6 million in profit, which is also very good to see. El Salvador was one of the first countries to publicly announce that they were buying Bitcoin. And then the last tweet I want to talk about is what they posted December 1st. So the SEC spot Bitcoin ETF potential approval window is between January 5th through January 10th of 2024, which is right around the corner, almost a month from now. And what I would like to point out is that BlackRock's ETF approval record with the SEC is 575 to 1. Now, what you need to understand is that BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager, in charge of almost $10 trillion of funds. If they get a spot ETF approved, that means they will actually have to hold the Bitcoin asset, which would instill a lot of confidence within all of crypto, while also making it significantly easier for the older generations to get into cryptocurrency, as they won't have to worry about self-custody. So I've been saying for a long time that I am extremely bullish on these spot ETFs. I think it will help bring trillions of dollars to the industry. Now, the next thing I want to go over is the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. So right now we are at 75, which is very greedy. So why measure fear and greed? The crypto market behavior is very emotional. People tend to get greedy when the market is rising, which results in FOMO. Also, people often sell their coins in irrational reaction of seeing red numbers. With our Fear and Greed Index, we try and save you from your own emotional overreactions. There are two simple assumptions. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a good buying opportunity. On the contrary, when investors are getting too greedy, that can mean the market is due for a correction. Now, obviously, this is not the end-all indicator. I want to be clear about that. But from my experience, it's usually pretty accurate. It was only a couple months ago that we were down at that 42 level and we were fearful. And we were saying, oh, Bitcoin's going back down to 10,000, crypto's dead, etc. And at that time, I was telling you guys, realistically, this is when you should be buying cryptocurrency. However, now we are getting extremely greedy, which means that you might want to consider taking profits. Obviously, that's not financial advice. But the reality is the last couple months we have went parabolic, and you have to remember that nothing goes up forever. So obviously don't make your decision purely off of this indicator, but just understand the overall sentiment of the crypto market right now. Now, for the final part of this video, we'll go over some technical analysis. So this is Kaspa on the daily time frame. So first things first, in our last Kaspa video, we had drawn Kaspa in a bull flag, which we said break up 68% of the time, and it actually has started to break out. Now, what I will say is that the RSI is extremely overbought right now. However, if you look at price action, we swing from a lower low to a higher low. The RSI is higher low to lower low. That is Class A bullish divergence, which typically signals a local bottom has been reached. Now, I did call that same divergence out in my last video, and you could argue that it has started to play out. But I will also say the stochastics have plenty of room to keep coming up, and the measured move is all the way up here at just under 23 cents. But obviously, measured moves do not always play out. But now pay attention, because this next indicator, in my opinion, is the most important. So what you're going to want to watch on Kaspa is to make sure that price action continues trading above the 21-day moving average. As long as we do that, this measured move is still valid. If you are bullish on Kaspa in the short term, the last thing that you want to see happen is that price action starts trading beneath the 21-day, especially if we break beneath and then we get a bearish retest of the 21-day. That is usually extremely bearish. But until that happens, I'm going to stay bullish on Kaspa in the short term. Now, lastly, I'll go over Bitcoin as it's correlated to most altcoins. And if you guys have watched my last several videos, I've been talking about how Bitcoin is extremely overbought on the RSI, and not just on the daily time frame, but also the 3-day is absolutely cooked. Not to mention the last 8 candles on Bitcoin's weekly time frame have all been green, which definitely can be classed as a parabolic move. And in my experience, chasing a parabolic move rarely works out well for you, as we have went from 26,100 to over 42,000 in a couple months. However, very similar to what I have been saying with Kaspa, you could argue that Bitcoin was trading in a bull flag, which break up 68% of the time, and it has a measured move to just over 42,000. And what I've been saying the entire time is that as long as price action can stay above the 21-day moving average, I will be bullish on Bitcoin in the short term. And we have bounced off of the 21-day at least 5 different times. And yet here we are nailing the measured move almost perfectly. But now a reasonable thing to do for Bitcoin would be to start projecting a flag. And while it fills out this flag, the RSI and stochastics would start to reset, and then price action could potentially get a bounce off of the 21-day moving average. But again, just to be clear, crypto has been going parabolic recently, Bitcoin in particular. So at the same time, Bitcoin could absolutely skyrocket out of this. And as I say in every single one of my videos, macroeconomics significantly outweigh technical analysis. So if all of a sudden these Bitcoin spot ETFs get approved, that can skyrocket the entire market. On the contrary, if Binance were to crash or something terrible happened, that could tank the entire market. So just understand, crypto is going to be extremely volatile in the short term. Anything can happen. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Kaspa will go next bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.